So the other day, my friend and I were talking, and she brought up an issue that really affected her. You see, she's a clown, and she told me all about the prejudice her and others in the community face. So I decided to make a documentary on it and interview her and others just to hear their stories. This is what I got.
So can you just tell the camera a bit about yourself and, stuff like your name, how long you've been clowning?
So I'm Dana, or Freckles. That's my clown name. We all have our clown names.
Right.
I've been clowning professionally for about 5 years now, but I've kind of always known that I'm a clown, Like ever since I was young, I've been like, wow, clowning's for me.
Right. So I know we talked about this before, but can you just tell the camera and the audience a bit about some of the difficulties that clowns these days face?
Well, clowns are going to face a lot. I mean, we're really misrepresented in the media.
Right.
Even, that's why I dress like this. Like, I'm still a clown. I have a little nose and stuff, but I try to stay away from the face paint and stuff because I don't really want to create that kind of image that the media perpetuates.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want to distance myself from the community at times.
And do you find that helps?
It can. I mean, I still get the weird looks. I still get some people who are there like, hey, stand-up's better than clowning, and some family members even, but I guess you do need a community sometimes.
Right. And how about, you mentioned the media before. Like, how do they portray clowns, and how does that negatively affect you guys?
Well, mostly it's that scary clown image, as if we're someone to be horrified of, as opposed to just a group of people who are really just expressing who we are deep on the inside and trying to make the world a happier place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not all murderers. I just want to kill people with kindness,
After our interview, I decided to head out onto the street and see how many people actually do have these negative opinions about clowns.
Yeah, I don't really like clowns.
Why?
I don't know, they're kind of creepy.
I mean, have you ever had a clown for your birthday party?
No, but
Nah, I don't like clowns. I ain't about that business.
Man, screw clowns. I don't even know why they exist at all. They're barely human.
I hate clowns, like they really creep me out.
Clowns? I don't really mind though.
Wait, hold on. Did you just say that he likes clowns? You got that on camera, right?
Up until this point, everything I had been hearing was pretty negative, until I met this guy.
So, can you tell me some of your thoughts on clowns?
Clowns?
Yeah.
Well, I might have a biased opinion on this, but I'm a clown.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not, it's one of my part-time hobbies.
No shit. I've been interviewing all day and I haven't come across another clown.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to come across them these days. It's not as big as it used to be.
Would you mind if I just followed you around and we could do a bit more interviews?
Yeah, of course. I have a gig tonight if you want to follow me to that too.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
All right, lovely.
All right, let's go.
His name is Amir, and it turns out he had actually been clowning for a while now. And in that time, he actually managed to get engaged. So I decided to sit both him and his fiancée down to hear how it's like being in a relationship where one person's a clown and the other isn't.
So can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Amir, but my preferred name is Bubbles. I started clowning when I was 8 years old. I was still closeted. I learned up juggling, and I figured out how to ride a unicycle by myself, but I wasn't out of the closet until around 12, when I told my parents I was a clown.
All right. And how long have you two been dating?
3 years now.
Yeah, 3 years.
All right. How's that been?
Well, I mean, it was hard coming out to her at the beginning because a lot of people don't take it well these days. You know, it's
Yep.
like it's a taboo. Personally, that's what I think.
There's a lot of pressure on a relationship for it to be successful because if it's not successful, then it can't be real love for some reason.
Right.
Yeah, like there are a lot of stares. Sometimes we'll be just walking through the mall and we'll get all these people staring at us and giving these glares.
All right. How did you react when he told you about him clowning?
I wasn't surprised. I don't know. I didn't expect it, but I mean, I love him. This is like an accepting relationship, and that's who he is, and I love it. And what else could I do but love him? I love him not despite he's a clown, but because he is one.
After the interview with Amir, I started thinking about something he said. He mentioned coming out as a clown. Now, I never heard that before, so I decided to head back to Freckles and ask her about it.
I've done some interviews with some other clowns, and they've all kind of mentioned having to come out to their families, and I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, yeah, of course it's a thing. I mean, clowns, we aren't really liked. I mean, we're othered, we're alienated. It's something every clown has to face at some point in his, or her, or their life. And that's just a fact of clowning. So I know that for me personally, I don't often share this story, it wasn't as bad as it is for some people. My parents are accepting, my dad prefers stand-up, my mom prefers improv, but you know, they just want me to be happy. But to be able to go out, coming out is something that happens every day. You have to understand this. This isn't just a one-time thing. Every day that I walk outside in my nose and my overalls, I'm coming out as a clown again. And this is something every clown does.
Do you find that it gets easier over time?
Yeah, as you become more assured with yourself, more comfortable with who you are and the fact that you love to clown, it just comes naturally. You just start clowning around.
The concept of having to come out as a clown really intrigued me, and the clowns I had already interviewed had been out for a few years now. So I decided to find a clown who had only come out recently.
Just tell the camera your name and a bit about yourself.
My name's Alia, but my friends call me Happy the Clown. I've been immersed in this clown lifestyle for about 2 years, and I feel like I just really found who I am on the inside. I found my true self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do your parents know about this?
I told my parents that I was a clown. I finally told them, and
How'd that go?
It was just a lot of emotion
Yeah.
at once. My parents are kind of traditional, so this wasn't something they were expecting.
Stand-up comedians?
Yes, you know the type.
Yeah.
And they just did not take it well at first. Yeah.
So, how are they still like not accepting, or are they starting to make their way through it?
I think they've started to make their way into seeing the comedy that really does exist in this art form. And I'm starting to convince them to allow me to go to clown school to really pursue my passion.
Oh.
And I feel like if I try hard enough and I believe in myself, I can make it there.
Well, congratulations on
Thanks.
that then.
Yeah.
I'm really rooting for you.
Wow, thank you.
It was at this point in the filming process that I realized I had only been interviewing some younger clowns, so I decided to go to an older clown who had been doing this thing for years.
My name is Joe. My stage name, I go by Chuckles.
Right. So can you tell me, like, how long have you been clowning?
Really long time. I've been doing it all of my adult life and part of my childhood. I got into it.
Right. So you must have been doing this for a long time. So can you just tell me how the clown industry has changed?
It's changed a heck of a lot over the last 40 years. I used to be hired all the time. Children's parties, bar mitzvahs, even there was like a Christmas Santa I remember one year I did, and now nobody wants to hire clowns anymore. It's like we scare them, and they're always seen in horror movies scaring children, and it's really sad. It's changed.
Right. And like, what are some of the difficulties of you being like an older clown? Like,
It's discrimination.
yeah.
I'm even scarier now that I'm older.
Right. That must just suck. That sounds terrible.
I don't have a lot of income. I have kids to feed and dogs to feed, and it's really difficult.
Right. Well, thank you for your time.
I had some more interviews lined up for you, but sadly, an improv group got wind of what I was doing, and in fear for my life and the lives of those clowns, I immediately quit what I was doing. I'm just kind of sad. This was an amazing journey. I met a lot of great people, a lot of great clowns, and I was hoping to meet some more. But sadly, that won't be able to happen. At least, not on camera and not as easily as I hoped it would be. But this was a journey. It was lots of fun. I learned a lot. And if you watch this thinking, whatever, they're clowns, I don't care. I just hope you can take one thing away from this. We're all the same on the inside. We all laugh, we all cry, we all love, we all do our day-to-day, we all have our own quirks and whatnot. We're all the same. And, at the end of the day, when you boil it down, we've all got a bit of clown in us. Be kind to each other.